Great to see you, Mikel. Well done. Go on, you go in the middle. Oh, right. Whatever, it's fine. Let's talk about the game, Mikel. Congratulations. You're into the semi-finals. Tell us what it means to this club.
It's a massive moment. It's the first time in our history, 140 years, that we are back-to-back semi-finals. So, to be part of those four teams, it's something very special. You have to earn it. You have to go through a lot of work. Big gratitude to the players.
Yeah. How would you analyse the game tonight? Was it a difficult game against Sporting Lisbon?
Yes, it was always going to be. We had moments that probably in the first half that we should have scored and maintain momentum, especially when we were going into the final third much better. We allow certain transitions. They are dangerous there. In the second half, again, with the ball, there are moments that at the moment we have to improve a lot to have more control and dominance and finish much more actions. But when you talk about behaviours, attitude, habits, the team, I think, was outstanding on that, and that's what it takes you through.
I thought you finished the game really well tonight, and you managed the game, and that must have really pleased you. I know you don't want to think of it already, but we've got to throw it forward to the weekend. Because it could, if the game would have carried on and it could have been a bit loose, but the lads seemed to just cruise through at the end.
Yeah, well, I think the last 15-20 minutes we controlled the game really well. I think we set ourselves in the final third. We look composed. We controlled the transition very good, except of the last one we conceded the throw in.
Next to Martin.
You've been there, yeah. But overall, obviously, it's a great night. I'm very happy as well for all of our people.
Before you came over, we were talking about managers, and I'm saying Pep's probably in that dressing room telling his players, by the way, saying publicly that we're the best team on the planet right now, best in the world. But in his dressing room, he's saying other things. He's saying we can beat them, we can catch them. Yeah. How are you getting the Arsenal team to believe? Because for me, I think it's really important that the group believe this. And I saw at half time there was a change. First half, maybe it wasn't the normal performance. Second half, I saw an improvement. So, is that what you're injecting into this group? Because it can come down to belief.
It comes down to making the last step. I mean, we are making steps that they haven't been done in this club for 140 years. So players deserve credit for what they're doing. But we're asking them, it's only that. If it's not that, then it's nothing. And it's not that. But what I loved is the ownership that the players took after the defeat here against Bournemouth. When they sit down together, they analyze it, they set things face to face, they act on it. And then at the end, you have to do it on the pitch, Martin. We all know. We can talk in the dressing room, we can talk beautiful things, but we need to put those words into actions, and we certainly done that tonight.
Just something tactically. At the end of the game, the team I'm in, Henry is in the corner flag with his foot on the ball, doesn't take the corner, just keeps it there. But tonight, the ball comes in the box, and then the ball goes to the other end of the pitch, and then it's like, hold on, can you affect it then, or is this the emotion of the team?
It's the emotional sector experiences. Ideally, you go in the manager's book, after 90 minutes you play in the corner, you keep the ball there. But we've done that as well and finish in the other end of the pitch. So at the end, players have to take ownership. They have to believe what is the best to do in the moment. They have decided that, so be it, we stand by it.
Mikel, Atletico Madrid next against Diego Simeone. Just tell me what you expect from that and how you're going to surpass them.
Well, we will analyze them. Obviously, we played them here at the start of the competition, top side. I watched a game yesterday. That stadium is special. That's the moment that we want to live together as a team right now. So enjoy tonight. Tomorrow we'll start preparing the weekend, and then we'll have time to think about that.
We'll let you go. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Well done. Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal.
And he's like, I'm not having it. It's like, okay, being respectful, picking and choosing his words correctly, but like, we've got what we needed, and you want more? Not tonight. We'll be there Sunday. Don't worry about that. We'll be turning up and make sure you're there to watch it.
In the first half, you guys were saying at half-time, the same old problems, not progressing the ball up the pitch enough. Was there any improvement for you?
There was a little bit of improvement. I thought the subs made a massive difference, or when they come on, I thought there was a composure then. But Lisbon had to open up as well, so then the game naturally takes a different path. Lisbon probably emptied the midfield a little bit, put another forward on, so then there's more gaps to play. But if they are going to go to Man City at the weekend, when they do get the ball, they have to find the number 10, whether that's Eze or whether he plays Havertz or even Dalman in that position, whoever he decides to play. If you don't progress the ball into them players, the pressure will keep coming, and you'll get turned over.
Yeah, and I thought Havertz as well, when he came on, it's going to be an interesting decision at the weekend. Does Havertz start now?
Yeah.
Does he start as the 9? So we're question marks for the 10. Eze's come in, put some minutes in. That's great news. He's got back in it. Dalman, we know, Does he start a game now? How close is he to starting if Madueke isn't available? He's got, I think it's a contact injury, so hopefully he's going to be okay. But it's a good job that he's got all of these resources and all these players available.
Well,
I think he goes with Havertz because I think you need to hold the ball up. And Gyökeres tonight, he sort of fluffed these lines in terms of holding the ball up, and I think that was why he got dragged at 60 minutes. Havertz done it, and they looked as just a more composed team.
Just back to what you were saying about Madueke, because you've also got Saka with an injury too. So on that side, could it be that we see more of Max Dalman than we thought we would?
It's a massive call. It's a massive call. But this kid's special. He's clearly special. I speak to everyone in the game, and what he's already done in the game is incredible at his age. You know, he's got his GCSEs this week, and you know, I'm going to say he's got to focus on that. He don't have to focus on that.
A-star in
listen,
PE.
Mikel Arteta ain't worried what he gets in his PE exam or anything, but he could start. And the telling thing is, you're in the Champions League quarter-final, and by the way, that's not the normal procedure for Arsenal. Like you said, it's only the second time in the club's history they got there. You're looking at Mikel Arteta, you're looking at the pitch and like, this is, who do I bring on? He's looking round, he's got Trossard there, Belgium international. He had Havertz there, and he's gone right, Max Dalman. You know, so that's the faith in him. So you might even see him on the team sheet at the weekend, and that would be huge.
And obviously, I hope the magic sponge is around, because you've got Saka, you've got Timber, who were told one of them was going to be available. Neither of them have made it here. So let's see what the next few days brings. It's literally on a day-to-day basis, because Arsenal are getting injuries. The manager just certainly doesn't want to talk about it, because that's a negative. He wants, okay, we've got good players here. It's not about who's not here. It's about who is here and how well they play.
How do you think Declan looked? Because he was a little bit of a doubt, even though he started to miss training before the game.
Yeah, he was good. Declan's always good. You know, he wasn't at his full throttle, foot to the floor, Declan Rice, you know, but he's a leader. Declan Rice, I think, is the most crucial player at this club, because in there were situations in the game and little things you picked up on him. I see him driving people on, you know, trying to get on the ball, and I think Zubimendi was a little bit off it again tonight from the standards I've seen him. So it was even more important that Declan was there on the pitch. I've been in this situation, I'm sure Martin has, when you're injured but you've got to play, and you might be having injections and things like that. You know, you're a professional footballer, so you do what you can, and it's very rare, and the older you get, that you actually go out onto the pitch feeling 100%.
Whatever he's playing with, he's made it clear.
Yeah,
I will go through that for the team, for the club, and I'll do it at the weekend. And it goes from game to game, it goes from day to day, you know. But as I say, I can't wait already for Sunday, but I'm really pleased that there's a number of days. They've got 7 days now sitting at home, the Man City players. You know, no pressure on them, but they can win a treble. They can win a treble, and there's no. Suddenly, it's been so much about Arsenal all season, you know, and it's like now they can say, okay, this stops the noise. Give us a few days break and let us build towards the weekend.
Do you feel like Arsenal have taken the pressure off Manchester City and allowed them to kind of cruise through the season, get back to their best at the killer time in the season as well? And
they opened the door anyway. They've certainly opened the door to City.
They've opened the door. They've given them a chance. Like, you know, I think of a couple of results here that Arsenal could have got over the last 6 weeks. And the last thing you want to do when you've got a killer chasing you, like Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, is give them a chance. And they smelled blood, and they'll be sitting there tonight. And Pep Guardiola will be sitting there going, I'm glad that was a tough game.
Yeah, but you know what Pep's saying? He's saying Arsenal, the best team in the world. Look at their record in the Champions League. You know, it's incredible. Never been surpassed. Look where they are in the Premier League. It's incredible. But actually, on the inside, he's saying something different. Oh God! He's saying to his own players, you know what? We can win this. We're better than them. We're going to beat them. So don't, you know. But this is what managers have to do behind the scenes. They have to make their players believe that they can do special things.
How do Arsenal get themselves over that line? Because it's almost like teams have got to win it to then continue to win it, if you know what I mean. They've got to get themselves to that point. Yeah,
well, confidence is huge in football and in life. But, you know, in football, when you think of all of them Arsenal players and us as players, when you think of yourself at your most confidence and when your confidence down there, you're two different players. So tonight, getting through to the semi-finals, forget how they performed, that's massive for that group of players. I think
belief, though, Joe, when you look around that dressing room, okay, when I think back to, I looked around that dressing room and I saw some of the best players I've ever put on a pair of boots.
Yeah.
And the energy that gave me, I better not do my job. I can't make a mistake in this team. Look at the players I'm playing with. You have to draw off people, and that's what they have to do now. They're building towards something. And belief, you can artificially inject that into the group. What do you think Pep's done recently? I mean, look, they're putting the performances on the pitch. I cannot deny that. But nonetheless, it comes from a manager who beats that drum of belief for his players.